What's up? It's Goat to Goat Talk. You plugged in with Jay right now. This is Chayo Nash.
Jay, I heard you named your dog after me. Cameron Jordan, New Orleans Saints defensive end?
What's going on, Jay?
Dan Tony, Wings of America, Teal Tone, Lobster, there it is. Jay, I wish you guys many monies for many moons.
Guys, this is Jamal Anderson with my boy Jay Parrish. Check him out, y'all. He's bringing that heat all the time.
Right here, baby. Turn up, turn up, turn up. Watch yourself.
What up, guys? It's Kenyon Drake, current Arizona Cardinals running back, and you're listening to my boy, Jay the Plug.
Yo, it's Joshua Kelly, and you're listening to my boy, Jay the Plug. Boom!
What's going on, guys? Jonathan Taylor here, Indianapolis Colts running back, and you're listening to my boy, Jay the Plug.
Hey, what's up? It's Alexander Madison, and you're listening to my boy, Jay the Plug.
Hey, what's up? This is Jameis Winston, and you're listening to my boy, Jay the Plug.
Jay the Plug. Can't say he's my boy yet.
Yo, what's up? It's Miles Sanders, and you're listening to my boy Jay the Plug.
This is David E. Wilson, and you plugged in with Jay.
But if you could just listen to Jay, I would consider that a personal favor to me.
Yeah, man, it's something I'd like to promote as much as I can for guys that are coming up, and if they ever, I've actually done interviews for guys for sports podcasts and stuff. I love doing that type of stuff. But what's crazy is that I've always noticed is nobody reciprocates as much. Like, you and I are very similar when it comes to it sounds like you are more than happy to help however you can. But man, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And I've been fooled multiple times just because you've got a big heart.
Yeah, I'll get. I won't anymore, but I still will. But it has to be reciprocated. Yeah. And if it's not, I'll cut it off really fucking quick.
Yeah, 100%.
And because it's like I have literally given people the shirt off my back, and then they'll kick my door in and steal 5 pounds of weed. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like this is a literal story from someone on my old label who kicked my door in and stole 5 pounds of weed, and then no, you know what I'm saying? So it's just the only reason he knew where I lived was because we were opening for MGK and Tech 9, and this man literally, I went to my house. I was like, you can't go on stage looking like that. I'm gonna suit you up real quick. Went to my crib. I was sponsored by 8103 Clothing at the time, and I just had extra clothes. So I was like, all right, here's a shirt, here's some shoes. So that's how he knew where my house was. Then the next time he knew that I went out to the beach, Jack's Beach, instead of being on the west side, he just decided to have my door kicked in and take me for all I had, which was more than what it wasn't. It was more than for all I had at the time. So it's just examples like that, and then you have to learn it. And sometimes you got to learn it again because, it's like hot stove, I get it. But when you touch a hot stove, then you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Then when you go to lean back on a hot stove, you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. That's a perfect metaphor. That's perfect.
When you get your face smushed on a hot stove, you're like, oh, fuck.
Man, earlier you were talking about 30 songs, you were saying, and just having to get that brings me to a question that I wanted to ask. Whenever you create, is it something that you build, or is it something that, is just spur of the moment, almost kind of like a freestyle, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like a freestyle type thing, or do you just, has there ever been?
It's a spur of the moment, then build. So it's both.
Okay. Yeah.
So like right now, my process is really okay, find a melody or something I like, find somebody I can co-produce with to turn it into a beat, then kind of listen to it and let it play in my head a little bit. Then when I go into record, it'll be kind of freestyle, kind of just play around with the beat and hear how I sound on it.
Yeah.
Then I usually go in and actually after I listen to that, I'll go in and put words on it. But it's usually I get inspired. Let me just say what's on the top of my head. Which brings me back to Young Cash. He's the one who introduced me to T-Pain, and he was like, we don't write at all. And if you actually go look at that song Pohos or whatever, that was the first time I ever got to really work with Pain. And it was I watched both of them just go in the booth and just start rapping, and I'm like fucking, you know what I mean? I'm like 20 years old, and I'm just like, I'm still like realizing I'm at Payne's house. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, fuck. So I just start writing like a hot 16, which is what you used to do back then.
Yeah.
Like writing 16 bars of like the most metaphors I could, while they just go in and just like literally just rap. And that was when I was like, you really gotta be the shit you're saying. But then I find there's a balance between that too. I've probably said balance like 16 times already, but it's like you go in, you say what's on your chest or on your heart, and then you go back over it. It's like layers. It's kind of like you paint your shoe. I don't want to spoil your sauce or your recipe, but like like layers of painting or layers of whatever. Then I go back and perfect it, tweak it, drop the beat out here, put the drums back in here, take the melody out here, put the guitar back in here, take this part of the vocals out, build this shit up.
Mm-hmm.
It's a process. Yeah. It's a process, but the initial idea is usually like, oh, I like this. Let's like do this right now.
Yeah.
And then we'll build off of that.
Yeah, that's the first brick in the.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, just like you were saying, like when I paint my shoes, or a canvas or anything, because I customize these. Like I do, like I've got like you were saying, like the large ones. Like I've got some of those that I've customized myself. Like I even thought earlier when I saw that Joker, I was like, I could do something like that, and like I could make that look just like I've. But it starts.
Nash on his eyebrow.
Yeah, man, I get hooked up.
That's what I'm saying, though. And then when you start doing that, you're like, oh wait, I can make his hair look like this too, or like, oh wait, oh I could do this too. It's like, oh shit, and then but you have to get there first and just do it. And that's why I'm getting that spur of the moment idea out, instead of how when I first started like rapping, there was like so much pressure on how many metaphors can you fit into this little space as fast as you can rap with like, and then you know what I mean? Like I like where music is going, because it's a little bit more like style now, instead of just hard, like up north shit used to be just like hard aggressive bars. How many bars you can fit, you can say the coolest shit, or like the wittiest stuff, like Eminem. Like no one cares about that. None of the kids care about that anymore. People still care about that. It's a shame. I know, but it's its own kind of art form, and it'll never die. It'll never die. Right. It'll never die, but it's just not what's hot.
Right.
But I have no interest in being what's hot right now, because right now it's just like little kids just fucking moaning into auto-tune.
Thank you. See, I was gonna say, man,
the difference is me and Payne can both sing, though. That's the difference. When we go into auto-tune, we know what we're doing. When we go in and we're like, we go in and we're playing auto-tune instead of letting auto-tune like be us. You know what I mean? Even though he you know what I mean, I told him he's crazy that Antares isn't paying him, but there's because I feel like he should get a fucking at least a cent every time that program's open.
Right. Yeah, y'all definitely. You have the sound that y'all put out is phenomenal. Like I love that sound. And like somebody who can, it's just like you were talking about Kevin Gates. He's got kind of a voice to him whenever he goes that softer, like the melody. He's got that too. That's one thing I liked about Kevin Gates, is because he can be that persona where he's like, you know, hard, but then he's got that soft spot.
He'll growl like a fucking dog.
Right.
And then he'll like whine like a little puppy, and then next verse. But that just shows that he still has feelings and shit.
Yeah.
He will kick a girl in the face if she grabs him on stage.
Look, I'm old school when it comes to that stuff. Somebody tries grabbing you when you're on stage, man, you got to do what you got to do.
The first time I opened for him was in Jacksonville, Florida. I think at Aqua Nightclub, and I think he got paid like $5,000 for that show, which is crazy because the next time he got 12, the next time he got 30, then the next time he got 100, and that's all in a year. But his stage, you gotta try to find early stage diving Kevin Gates. This man stage dives feet first into the crowd, bro. You gotta find, if you can find it, put it like somewhere up here in the clip where you,
Got you.
if you can find it. I think they deleted a lot of it because he got in trouble for it. But like, bro, he would just jump like Mario, like he was trying to jump on a mushroom, or not a mushroom, a turtle. It's just like he would jump, like, you know, a lot of the kids go backwards or whatever.
Yeah.
They would just jump feet first, and I was just like,
what?
Okay, I like this dude. I didn't know who he was when I signed up to open for him, but I like this dude.
Yeah. Man. So you were saying before your real name Theo. Where did Chayo Nash come from? Where did that begin?
Oh, that's like, oof. It's kind of like I used to like. Okay, we go back to the. Don't tell me. Oh, I thought you were frozen. You just got the Stone Cold Steve Austin going on. Yeah. So basically, it goes back to like coping with certain situations. Sometimes I would just not like where I'm at, so I'll just turn into another person. In high school, there's Theo, and then when my music started, like I was like popular in my high school area in the city for music, but it was like kind of a different persona than like the earlier me that some people knew. I guess you could say it's like it's to make that like growth, sometimes you have to make a separation. And Chayo was what my engineer Vinny D, well, his name's Mr. Mix and Master now. He's like 30 times platinum. He's worked with like Bad Bunny, French Montana, Lil Pump, whatever. But he engineers now. He doesn't make music. He's an engineer. He's in Miami, and Chayo is like, Che means chill in some like old school like surfer like terminology, but then like yo, because it'd be like I'd be chilling and all of a sudden it'd be like yo, and that's like kind of how it came about. And then it was just like, you know, we can't be calling you Theodore, you know what I mean? Like if you're gonna be out here with us selling crack on the corner of, you know, whatever Highway 16 and whatever.
I got you. Yeah.
So it was like kind of like, you know what I mean? And I was a ball player too, so it was just like I was either Nash or I was Chayo, because like Theo was like what my girl calls me. You know what I mean?
But yeah, I got you. Yeah, everybody calls me Jay. My wife calls me Jason. So that's
exactly.
Let me see here. So have you thought at all about who you'd want to collab with? Anybody specific that you like have a dream to collab with?
Ariana Grande.
Yeah. Okay.
I should have worn I have one of her shirts. Nah, man. It just depends on like what for. Like what's the intent? Like, do I want to make a huge record? Because then it would be like Billie Eilish. Do I want to do somebody that's just like a legend? Then like I would love to do a song with Jimmy Buffett, like dead ass, like that would be dope.
That would be sick.
Or Garth Brooks or Red Hot Chili Peppers, or someone that's still alive that I listened to when I was younger.
Yeah.
Like
I'm on that track for real.
You know what I mean? Like yeah, exactly. Like there's so many that it's hard to say, like a Limp Bizkit. Or like a fucking, I don't even know. Like it, and that has it. Yeah, he's from Jacksonville too. And me and Fred aren't cool. I don't think, but whatever.
I mean, do you know Fred Durst?
I don't know him, but we've dated a couple of the same people. I think we're both from Jacksonville, so I don't think we're friends.
Oh, I was gonna say some of the same people, man. Do we? I mean, you talking about Christina or?
Nah. Let's not do that. But we're both from Jacksonville, and so there's overlapping in that Venn diagram.
That's the Eskimo brother type shit.
I don't know. I didn't say that. But, that would be dope. I'm just talking about like, you know, like Korn or I would do a song with Marilyn Manson. I would love to do a song with Eminem, but I would probably be doing the hook and he would rap.
You could rap with him. For sure.
I could definitely rap with him because he taught me how to rap. But like, you know, it's a weird. I think I'm too multifaceted to like think about.
Yeah.
Not sound arrogant, but just like I think I listen to too many different types of music.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
that's a great answer. Seriously, like what I was figuring is because you're the genre that they've got you in, really, like hip hop or whatever, and then it says alternative depending on where you're downloading the music. But the fact that you didn't just go straight into rappers or hip hop artists, you were everywhere.
That's flavor of the month shit, bro. Like I would love, but I wouldn't deny none of that though. Like I would love to do a record with Lil Baby or I love Young Thug. Young Thug is, I think, one of the better rappers in an artistic way. Between his fashion, him and ASAP, between fashion, because I'm into fashion. They're both into fashion. They both know what they were doing and had a clear vision of what they were doing, even if everyone else didn't like it. You know what I mean? There was times where both of them people thought they were gay and shit. It's like, no, like, bro, like, you know what I mean? Like, y'all are so simple. Y'all are so simple.
Yeah.
And like, you know what I mean? Shit like that. Cause I'm into the fashion and the whatever. I mean, Wiz Khalifa, like he's a legend in my mind. He's one of the people who, I don't, even what everything he does, I still like. But he was a big, he got me in that like mindset of like having a whole movement where people get tattoos, of your company, or like, he was the first show I think I smoked a joint at, or a blunt or whatever, and it was like, whoa, like we can, this is cool. Like it's open air, like, you know what I mean? Like,
right. I think Wiz Khalifa smokes, right?
Yeah, I have a bit, yeah. I mean, and like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I have done it with a lot of the people. Like, me and Yellow Wolf haven't worked, but like being in the studio with Yellow Wolf, like doing like, I think me and Payne are almost at like a dozen records, doing a dozen records with T-Pain. Those are literally two people that I fucking was like big fans of before I knew them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I remember listening to both of them, meeting both of them first time. You know what I mean? It's so I've kind of done it. So that's another thing that makes it hard to say to people who I'd want to work with.
Sure.
Like I know I can do it. Like I know eventually I can do it. You know what I mean? If they're not dead or like,
right.
Or you know what I mean? I'd love to do a track with Ozzy Osbourne. That'd be dope.
That'd be nasty. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't know. And then we'd have to. And it's hard to find someone that meshes with my shit too. Me and Payne didn't even do a lot of record. He never jumped on my record that I made until this last one these last two that are two of my next singles, I think. That
right.
We're dropping yet. But Like This, you can find stuff about Like This on the internet some places. But like that was the first record that I made that he jumped on.
Mm-hmm.
And we knew each other for 10 years. So that's saying something, you know what I mean? Like my shit's weird and different. So it has to really fit. And I'm all about seeing what makes sense. And like, you know what I mean? Like at first, it's like your interview situation. It's like at first it's like, if we're doing football stuff, this ain't gonna make no sense because I'm gonna make myself and maybe you look stupid. But if you want to talk about music and what we're doing and us as artists, that's cool. Like I can do that all day.
Absolutely. Yes.
Everything has to make supposed to be copacetic.
Copacetic. Yeah. Constellations. We so my
it's not constipated, I just have to pee.
All right. So I thought my wife is she thinks of herself as a gangster. So she always tells me she should have been a rapper.
She's so gangster too.
What's that?
My girl thinks she's gangster too. It's so adorable.
Isn't it cute? I'm nowhere near gangster by any means, but I don't know if your girl does this, but does she ever hear a song and get the words completely fucking wrong, and you can't help but just look and laugh and be like, "What did you just say?" Like,
So like okay, Webby. Like I like a lot of Lil Webby.
yeah, Lil Webby's cold.
He's hard to understand what he's saying sometimes.
Yeah.
And he's one of those people that'll get your girl saying the wrong shit. Like because he just like he's always. If I saw him live once, I was like, this man is fucking blacked out drunk, and something else. There's at least one other factor in there.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, man. She is probably she's the type of person that if you send her a song, she'll listen to it and she'll tell you straight ahead that shit is trash. Like she holds.
I like that though. Because I like to hear. I'm not. My ego isn't frail enough for criticism.
No, I got you, and I'm not bringing it up because she didn't like it. Like she actually likes the beach a lot, but she was like, who is this? I sent her a picture and she was like, that's not him. I was like, yeah, it is. And she goes, don't guys with tattoos on their faces normally mumble? Like, fuck, yeah. Not necessarily, but you know,
man, I've had, you know, it's rough because I get thrown in that category. It's like Post. I would love to work with Post Malone too, but like people, I've literally taken pictures with people who thought I was Post Malone, and I'm like, I have dreads and like. And like,
you don't look like Post Malone, man. I Post,
we have overlapping, like the Venn diagram thing. We have overlapping things, but we are not the same person at all. No. And I know him too. Like I don't know him like we're buddies, like I'll call him, but like we've chilled more than once.
Yeah.
And not like passing at a show, like chilled at a bar, like type shit. And
cool dude.
So yeah, he's super cool dude. Super cool, nice guy, nice kid or nice dude, nice whatever. Person, individual. But like people would love to throw you in a category. People like I've been called like Big Pump or like the worst is I was in Nashville and I got called 6'9" like 3 times, and I was like, so you think I look like a little Mexican snitch is what you're telling me? And I'm like, I don't really play that. And then they're like, no, that's not what I meant. I just meant you look like you're famous and you guys both have tattoos in your face.
Then
I'm
just
like,
say that.
Like, and people, you know, when people call me like, say I'm a culture vulture, I'm like, bro, like I have been here for a long fucking time, like a long time, and the way I look hasn't changed much in a long time. So it's like, you know, I am who I am, and you know, take it or leave it. The people who really listen to my I have a real good. I love my fans, bro. Like I love people who are not even my fan, followers, supporters, whatever. I really truly, like from the bottom of my heart, love them back. Like I got people in fucking in Norway with Nash tattooed on their knuckles. Like I got people in fucking Japan who fucking, you know what I mean? Like try to like ask for my tattoo artist and blah 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 so they can get this. Or like there's Good Company tattoos all over the fucking place. And then there's a bunch of people who are like, you know, T-Pain should have signed me instead. And I'm like, you don't even you're not gonna be rapping in 6 months. Like just shut up. Like, you know, it's easy to people wanna. It's the brain's natural like thing to categorize people or put people in a bracket, and it's easy to look at me and be like, oh, dreads, face tattoos, Florida. Oh, that's this, that's whatever, or oh, blah blah blah. And people like to pin people against each other too, and be like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like really, bro, like check the music, bro. Like check the music, and if you're not, and it's not for I'm not for everybody. In life, in music, in love, in whatever, I'm not for everybody.
Yeah.
But if you are for me, I got you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I get the same thing, man. Like people look at me and don't realize that I like grills. I I loved wearing a top hat before, and I still do. I got it right over there. And people are like,
you gotta tell Payne to show you his. He has like a chandelier of top hats. It's crazy.
Yeah, all of his old top hats. Yeah, I definitely want to see that for sure. But yeah, I've always fucked with top hats even before I knew who T-Pain was. I just had a different kind of style, and people were like, "You don't seem like that kind of dude. You look like Aryan Brotherhood." Because with the shaved head.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, that's you can't just fall back into the cat. And I did that as a kid too. It's like, oh, I'm the half black, half white kid. I need to be gangster. I need to be this. I need to be that. And I did that, and that shit don't really like pay out.
Right.
Like like those people aren't paying me. I know that shit sounds like really like shallow or not shallow. Whatever the word is, but those people don't fulfill me. You know what I mean? I'm not here to fulfill those people's like desires of me fitting into a bracket.
Right.
Like, yeah, I have tattoos on my face. Yeah, I got colored dreads, but like, I am not a Florida rapper. I'm not a Florida like hype rapper. Like most of my shit's really like melodic and fucking slow, and I produce it myself.
Yeah.
Or with people that you know what I mean, or with like-minded folks.
Yeah, man, you've got your own style. Like, thing is you come like me. I'm probably growing up. You would think like if you ever met my family, you would think I was going to end up being the whitest kid in the world, which I'm obviously white. I'm not mixed at all by any means, but all my closest friends were black, and I always loved the style and singing and dancing and shit like that with them, and they always had my back, and I fell in love with that kind of style, and I love like I've had nothing to do with that.
I'm gonna say two things. Is like that's a sensitive. We go back to the sensitive people. It's a sensitive thing and a sensitive time for that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I get in trouble for saying nigga, and it's like, bro, like anytime I've said that, it's probably a 3-year-old song that's just not being released. And it's like also, if I can be called like the hard ER by someone's dad and tell them that they don't want to date, they don't want their daughter dating, blah, blah, blah. I don't want my daughter dating, blah, blah, blah. Like, but I literally like grew up like skipping school and going to the crack corner in the hood and being like the whitest person. I'm not gonna say the only white person there because I'm not white, but like being there. It's what you grew up with. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, you know, it's a slippery slope because then people will just start like adopting it. But we're also from a different like time period where, you know, you really had to like. It's part of my being. I'm a black man, and like it's part of my culture. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is, and like. And also now, like, hip-hop is mainstream. Hip-hop is pop. Rap is pop now. Like, it's pop culture. Like, it's popular culture. And, like, it's a weird line that I don't love discussing, but I think needs to be addressed. And it's, like, soon, like, one day we're all going to be fucking tan. And then it's, like, you know, like, if we keep, you know.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother interview, I think. But like,
I got you. Yeah, man. Eventually we'll do one, man. I'll get that exclusive. But yeah, I've had a different style than a lot of my friends growing up, and you know they would clown on me and talk some shit, but I didn't care. I just always told them, man, do you? Let me do me. If you got a problem with me wearing a fucking top hat, and
I'm not friends with anybody I was friends with in high school, basically.
Oh yeah, me neither. Yeah, I don't talk to anyone.
But it takes time and it takes growth and it takes realizing who you are and blah blah blah. If you like if you want gold teeth, bro, go get them. Like
I'm working on it, man. I gotta go get it. I gotta go get them formed. But yeah, I like the bottom row. I like that. Do you have open face right now?
Nah, I got just.
Oh, okay. Oh, you got diamonds and shit. Okay.
But open face was my jam before.
Yeah.
That was my thing. It was like a little bit subtle, but still it's like I like a lot.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to get them. My wife at first, she wasn't fucking with them, and now she's like, yeah, I kind of like those. So I always got to get that kind of shit. But man, when can we expect these new tracks?
New tracks, I have probably like 5 in the bank that are going to be released. It's probably going to be towards the end of this month or February.
Okay.
I've just been chilling and just kind of being zen about just being, because we're trying to, like, I'm like the person that's like, let's dump all these and I'll just make more.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then they're like, no, we need to do it right.
Mhm.
And then it's, but in the next 2 months, it's going to be like heavy, serious, like releases. We did kind of like a lot of testing the waters last year.
Uh-huh.
And we learned a lot, and we saw what people stuck to and what they didn't. And we're just going to get a lot of bigger names and bigger promotion people involved.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So are you going to be featuring Riff, or are you on something with him?
I'm on, we have a few together, but the one we're releasing is my record featuring him.
Okay, cool. I'm looking forward to it, man. I can't wait for it.
Yeah. So,
before I let you go, because I know we've been going
so
for a while.
Bad. I got like four tall boys in me right now. I gotta. I was about to pee into a bottle.
Okay, so we'll make it quick. Do you? You were talking to me saying, go ahead and ask questions, man. I mean, regardless of how sketchy they might be, whatever. But bro, I swear to God, if I've got an exclusive where Chayo Nash takes a piss into a bottle while we're talking,
I'm about 4 minutes away.
I got you. All right. So, are you having any issues with anyone? Any artists or anything like that y'all are just kind of anything like that?
No, man. I really like. I think you see me as a person, and it's like, nah, I can't really. I don't care enough, and I really don't care enough to like. I don't really see anyone as competition, like I said, because we're doing. Even if we're like literally look, if my fucking clone came out, we would not be doing the same thing. So like, no, not really.
Cool.
I guess maybe it's the industry in general. Like, it's very controlled and very, they suppress people that aren't on their agenda and whatever right now. So like, I really want to get it. Really, people, it's independent artist world right now, but I really wanted to get it to be like where it is kind of in a way where people. So that's why it's hard. Like, I'm too like with it. Like I'm an Aquarius, so I'm just like going with the waves, bro.
Yeah,
like, I can't really be mad at anybody. I can't, like, I'm not gonna fight you unless you like hurting my family or trying to take something from me.
Right,
so,
right. I can't imagine you having any issues or anybody having any issues with you, man. Really, it's just kind of
stay tuned because I might, maybe next time I might.
But you got to give me that.
Right now, it's too good and it's too real and like it's, I don't do the gimmick shit where I call somebody out to get attention, so. That
happens so much, man. It's ridiculous. It's boring now.
Actually, T-Pain, man, I'm coming for you, bro.
You heard it here.
I'm gonna steal your big ass chain. I'm gonna be wearing it. I'm gonna be wearing it all over Florida. Come and find me. Bro.
That's what's up. Like you did his phone that one time. I saw that shit.
Exactly. It was
that was funny.
Yeah, that was the fun. That was one of the funner days of my life because it was so funny. It's the second everyone started hating me, I'd be like, all right, he just paid me $10,000. But y'all's Cash App, I'm about to bless people, and then all of a sudden everyone loved me again.
Yeah.
You guys are not real people. This is people's internet personality is not even really them. They're just angry. They let their insecurities out online.
Yeah.
And then they ask for free money.
Yeah. Always there for a handout, man. Always there for a handout. Yeah, exactly. Bro, I know you got to go take a piss. I can see it. I can see you moving around. I got you. Do you have anything, any like specific memories from the road or as you've been coming up in the music biz, anything crazy, something that stands out above anything else you can tell us real quick before you get going?
Oh, man.
Another stumper, I know, man.
Honestly, one of the biggest things I can say is the Ritz tour that was one of the things. Like me and Ritz, we were cool, but like we weren't like chilling. But like Jelly Roll, like he really was like, oh man, like he was like, I'm glad I got here early to see who was opening for me for the rest of the tour. He's like, cause your shit was dope, and he like took me in like I would say like a little brother, but like not like nothing too crazy, but just seeing the reality of some artists, and that's I've kind of like I've like lost the arrogant shit since then, and been like I was like I'd rather be a real person, and just he was really cool to me, like that. He was a real genuine dude, still is to this day, and it was cool to see that you can be like that, and you can be real and genuine and a real person and still like succeed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that's one cool thing. I'm trying to think of something wild I can think of. There's so many, but all the wild shit don't really stick out. Like all the bumps off titties and all the girls kissing girls and whatever. That shit just happens anyways. You know what I mean? It's not really that. I can't really remember one because that shit happens every time. So it's like, it's rare that someone's like, "Oh, you're dope. Like you're cool, and I respect you, young." And that was before I even reached who I was figuring out who I was supposed to be. So that's one thing I'll put out there like that.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, seriously, it's an awesome thing to see somebody be humble and a good person. Who
That's a good way to put what I was saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see that in you, man. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate you being on the show. Appreciate you being a homie, man, and keeping in touch with me so much. Go to the go to the restroom there. Get out of here. But thank you again so much, Chayo Nash, for being on the show. Can't wait to have you on again, brother. Can't wait to someday be able to meet you in person, man.
I'll be in Atlanta soon, so we'll figure it all out, brother. But I appreciate you.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely.